drive. Here we are, sitting here. It's early morning. I slept. Everybody's on board. Used my road lotion, when I first woke up. Okay, so we need to make it to 205 today, roughly. So here's the thing. This may be the fastest episode ever of The Long Drive. And here's the reason. So this whole weekend was just supposed to be my normal work weekend. I worked 3 shifts in a row, which is fine. I don't mind doing it. And normally it doesn't mess with my schedule too much because, 10 to 12 hour shifts, make a video, edit a video, sleep, eat, blah, 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 blah. But then they had to call me in early. So I don't have a lot of time to record this weekend. I got called in twice. I'm getting called in 2 days this weekend early. And they're offset days. So it just messes with everything. So being today, I've lost several hours off my schedule. I don't have time to make a 45-minute video. I mean, ask yourself, why is he sitting here then? We asked the question. Why is he sitting here and not moving? I'm a beautiful man. Because what I plan on doing is going as fast as I can down the road and maybe not stopping. We're going to see how that works. Normally I wouldn't do that. I like to stop at all the locations, but today we don't have the time. So 204.8 kilometers in the long drive. We're going to drive 50 kilometers or more as per the usual. But it's going to be at blistering paces. And I do apologize. I don't normally like to do stuff like that, but this time I don't have much of a choice. So we're just gonna go for it, and we're just gonna see what happens. I apologize in advance, but we're gonna get there no matter what. How are you guys doing? I hope you're doing just wonderfully. No, Rabbit, I'm busy. Okay, I got things I gotta do. Does he not listen? I got a schedule I'm trying to keep. Jeez. So here we're headed back towards the road. It's kind of this way. Yeah, I wasn't expecting this. I kind of had a feeling that that Sunday I might have to go in early, but it wasn't a thing. It's Friday and Saturday I got to go in early. That totally throws off my entire schedule. So here we are crossing the desert, looking for the road. The road's over there, and I should be heading in its general direction, but I don't see the road yet. Where are you, road? Oh, is this you? No, this isn't you. Where's the friggin' road? It's coming up. I must have been. Oh, geez, I was really off the road. Oh, well, that's fine. We're gonna get there as always. But I hope you're doing great. Hope everything's going well for you guys. Hope you didn't get called in early to work, because that's balls. That's always balls. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Cactus! Okay, that's fine. That's cool. That's all right. We got this. There we go. All right, here we go. Let's go. Because what I'm trying to do is get this video out and then record another one today so I can kind of cover that spread. But we're going to see how it goes, because you never know what's going to happen in the long drive. I wrecked my car and got to rebuild it. It's going to be a thing. Here we go. Finally got some road. Perfect. All right, let's get on this road here. There we go. Now, someone in the comments saying it's boring watching a perfectly rebuilt car drive down the road. But that's always been the entire series. Is driving till it breaks and then having to get something new, or I finally get bored of something and I get something new. I drove that truck for 1,000 kilometers, but the part of the reason is that the truck update was a big deal to everybody, and I wanted to show as much truck content as possible. I liked the truck though. The truck was good. It was an interesting experience driving something that large for a while, because I hate the bus. Anybody who watch my channel knows I hate the bus. So it was just one of those things that I had to do. Now, I'm not saying I'm not going to stop today. It just means that my stops will probably be limited, and I'll be looking for blistering speed as opposed to, and I've done this a couple times in the past seasons where I just don't have the time, so I hurry through stuff and try to make somewhat decent content, considering I don't have a ton of time to record some days. But I wasn't, like, I looked at the schedule, and it looked like Sunday someone might have to come in early, which wouldn't have affected my schedule. But then for some reason it flipped, and it's tonight and tomorrow night. Being on my day, it's Friday. And so Friday and Saturday are going to be my days I got to go in early, and it totally messes up my schedule. So, because it's not even early, like, it's not like, oh, they just shifted my schedule. Like, one day I go in one time, and the next day I go in another time, and they need to get their act together sometimes, I'll tell you. But who am I to complain? What do I know? I'm just that guy, you know? Like, I do my thing. I do my job, I come home, that's it. I don't care about the rest of it. I always looked at jobs as like, you know, I like this job a lot, but to me, jobs are always just money. I don't have to like my job, I just want the money. You know why? Because I like to have food, and I like to have a roof over my head. And I don't mind having a job I don't like as long as the money's right. Now, this job I just happen to like, so it works out. But if someone came along and offered me enough extra money, I'd switch jobs in a second. I don't care about liking my job. I care about what my job will bring me. That's it. And because of that, I have very little stress when it comes to work, because I know I'm willing to walk away at any time. I'll just look for something better and do something else. All right, here we go. This is, you know, some people work's a calling. For me, they got to kind of call me in. Oh, we got to, oh, I got to check the big garage. I can't not check the big garage. Oh, here we go. Supposed to be blazing along, and now I'm going to be stopping at a garage. All right, here we are. Come on. All right. Stop, please. All right, here we go. Here we go. Okay, we got a little bar out here. Ignition off. All right, here we are. You know, I've always wanted to make a rabbit killing machine on the front of my car. Whoa. No. Okay, nope, that's not right. 4. Here we go. Come on, buddy. Oh, real tough, aren't you, bro? Jeez. Now, someone asked me why I was carrying these around. Because I don't know if I'm ever going to run out of ammo for that other gun, and I want bullets. Just in case. Excuse me. I locked myself in this room. If I find something else more interesting to carry around, I will. This is just oil. Okay. Or it's oil and other things. But, okay. Ow. There's a thing there that's empty. That's just gas. That's water. There's a gun. Alcohol. Gas and oil. Actually, that's not bad, but I got a full tank of gas, so I can swap cars to the exact same car I have. That would do us no good. All right, here we go. Oh, what do we got? Nothing. We got a toilet. Okay, that didn't even break. All right, well, this place sucks. I'm leaving. We got other things we got to do. Excuse me, rabbits. I'm coming out. Stay where you are. I've always wanted to take one of these and put like a push bar on the front of my car, but last time I tried this, things went awry, to say the least. Bam. Oh God, that's not good, man. That is not good. All right, we're gonna not do that. All right, let's get out of here. All right. Okay, let's see here. Okay, gas on, ignition. There we go. Perfect. So we've already gone 10 kilometers, which is awesome. Because, and oh yeah, it's another thing. People always ask me why I drive in the outside view and not the inside view. Because when it comes to scenery and you guys seeing stuff, you can't really see much. So by doing this, I get a wider view of the world, and you guys get to see more of the world going by. It also lets me see rocks sooner, because I can see above things, which is helpful as all get out. Now, normally I don't like third person in any game. I am an anti-third person view game. When it comes to first person shooters, I never liked third person stuff. And one of the things I don't like is in the battle royales where everybody goes third person so they can see around corners and stuff. I think that's stupid. I think that it makes the game a little bit too easy, because a lot of people don't do it, and they're at a severe disadvantage. I think they should just remove it. It's like I never understood in the Battlefield games why there's a grass slider, or like a foliage, a foliage kind of slider, because everybody just plays on low anyway, so they can have less grass and see people easier. And that just kind of does, it's its own thing, you know? It doesn't make any sense to me why they even add it. Or they should make it so you can't change it. And I understand people have, like, you know, not as powerful computers and stuff. I get that. So I understand the reason why it's there, but almost everybody who tries to play and win takes it all off. So all the pretty gets removed anyway. Like, I was watching, who was that guy? Jack Frags. And he did a whole video on his settings for Battlefield. I think he does one for Warzone as well. And basically, these guys who are like sweaty tryhards turn off all the graphical fidelity to get, whoa, go, oh, woo! Okay, oh, ow, 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 on the wheels, please. Didn't, that's fine. Okay, we didn't lose anything, we're good. Yes! Victory! Yeah, sorry, like I was saying, he turns down like everything. Like there's like the graphical details are as low as possible, except the models of the characters. The shadows are on their lowest. Like, I understand the need to want to win, and I get that. And giving yourself every advantage helps. But man alive, like, it sucks that they put all this work into all that pretty stuff, and then people just turn it off and never use it. Feel bad for the art designers, because I'm the type of guy who loves a good fidelity in a game. Like I love it when games are really pretty. Now I get it for first-person shooters why they tone it down, but or at least you can tone it down. But it just seems kind of unfortunate that we can't just have a single setting for everybody, and you got to play that way, like the consoles do. It's even something as like crazy on computers when you're trying to compete is if someone has like a crazy ultra wide monitor, boy, they're at a real advantage for seeing to the sides, eh? And I think that's like, I'm gonna skip this one. All right, I think that's fine. You know, some people have the advantage, and I'm fine with that. I got a pretty widescreen monitor myself, so. But I will say it puts you at a real tactical advantage when it comes to games like that. But with computers, you got to kind of cover the spread, right? Like I play on a really wide monitor, and then I also play on a really high field of view when I play first-person shooters. So not only do I get the wide monitor aspect of it, but I also increase my field of view. Like I can tell sometimes when I'm sneaking on guys that they have no idea I'm there. Even though I can see them perfectly in my view and they're super close, I can tell they can't see me because I'm out of their field of view. It seems a bit unfair. But that's the way it goes, I guess. Oh. And you have a 21:9 monitor, right? So, okay, here we go. Whoa. There it is, come on. Yeah, like I said, sorry this is so fast. But I had to get her done so you guys get a video. Is it going to be my best video ever? Absolutely not. But it's going to be a fun one. We already had one big massive jump, which was awesome. Didn't quite stick the landing, but that's all right. Let's see here. How far have we gotten anyway? Yeah, like we're already 20K into this. Already, like that's like we're bombing along, man. That's the way it should be. There could be two. I'm probably gonna do 2 episodes this weekend because it's fairly easy to record, believe it or not. Like I only ever record for about an hour unless a game overruns it. I try to record for an hour, and so I have time to edit and whatnot. But in this game, since I usually do very minor edits, unless I stop to go to the bathroom or the doorbell rings or something. Since there's very minor edits, it's very easy to edit it. So like, chop off the front, chop off the back, debase my audio. I got a really bassy voice in real life, so I have to take some of the bass out of my voice. But yeah, once I do that, I just put it up, render it, make a little thumbnail, stick her up. It's super easy, and whereas a game I might record for an hour that gets cut down into like a 25-minute video, I could put a ton of editing into that to get that to cut certain points out. Sometimes, you know, if you've ever recorded games, you'll know what I mean, but sometimes you'll stop talking because you're doing something and you're concentrating and you stop. So you got to edit out all the dead air. Well, not all of it. Sometimes you leave it in depending what's happening. But is this our first diner? Oh, it's our first Canadian Tire. Well, we got to stop there, right? All right, hang on. Because they have spray and I need to spray my mirror. My mirror. Murica. Okay, what do we got here? Oh, we got a Dasha here. Now, on any other day, I'd probably swap up, to be honest. All right, let's pull down here. Oh. There we go. Okay, she's getting a little stuck there. All right, let's turn the ignition off. Let's sleep. There we go. I took my glasses off for some reason. I must have hit the key by accident. Oh, it's been a day. All right, let's put these back on. Let's go check this place out. This is always good for a fun time. Oh, someone's asking about these. They're just bike tires. You just saw two of them stacked. That's why it looked like a wider tire. Let's see. Oh, here we go. This is what I wanted. This will fix up my mirror. My mirror is a little crusty. I didn't notice that until later. Okay, here we go. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, maybe it needs a brush first. Let's see here. It's either that or we need a better mirror. Yeah, this one's super crusty, so I think it's going to have to be scraped first. That or we can just grab a mirror out of here and see if it's better. Hang on a sec. There's only one type of mirror, so... Oh, yeah, this one's better. Look. There we go. Let's steal this mirror instead. And bam. All right, there we go. Hello? I need a burger right now, please. Hello? There's one other object I'm still looking for here other than my glasses. Oh, I gotta turn the lights on. It's awful dark in here. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. Bam and bam. There we go. I need my glass. I need my glasses. This whole system of not having my glasses is starting to freak me out. Okay, let's see. We got poos. We got a brush we don't need. There's something in the sink there. Looks like rib bones. I think it's a cobweb sticking through the sink. Now, sometimes under here you get those, what do you call those things? Genie lanterns. Ooh, yeah, like that too. Okay. What I would really like is the square-eyed Dasha next, I think. Or no, sorry. The square-eyed Lotta. Okay. Bam. Where are you? Get away from my shit, buddy. No. Get out of here. Jeez. Okay. We got to keep an eye out for ammunition, too. I think it mightn't hurt to have a spare mag on me at some point. But right now, I'm a pretty good shot, and it goes pretty quick, so I'm not super concerned about it. All right, not much going on here. Oh, you know what? I didn't check the garbage on this side. Let's go take a quick peek here. There we go. All right, let's see. Okay, a toilet in here, but not much else. Oh, we got green glasses, but not the ones I want. Can we climb up here, maybe? Okay, come on. Okay, no, we're not going to make that. Okay, let's forget it. Let's get out of here. 204.8 is what we're looking for. All right, let's try this first. Stay around, buddy. Happy trails. It's just gonna go. Oh, I love doing that, which I probably shouldn't do, because if I ever make the trip home, it always makes it a problem, right? All right, well, that's fine. We'll just let it do its thing. All right. Oops. The door's not slamming again. I gotta fix this. Where's my beautiful... Oh, there it is. Yeah, okay. Oh, sometimes I'm just distracted by my own beauty. Okay, where was I? All right, so off we go. We're about halfway done this already, which is crazy. It's amazing how fast you can go when all you do is worry about speed. I still have my other mirror. It's going to fall off any second now. Unless I hit the brakes real hard. Like this. Slide it back up the hood. Oh, looks like we're coming into some green. I like that. See you around, mirror. There it goes. All right, perfect. Looks like some green's coming up, which is nice. Ah, perfect. All right, here we go. Here we go. It's good and straight. Although it's a little bit downhill, which can get a little sketchy at times. Someone also suggested the Jacob Bomberito challenge, where I drive around with all my gas cap and everything open, my oil and my water open, which is a hilarious idea. I love it. I think we're gonna do that at some point when I have more time, because that sounds like a fun challenge. Keep everything open all the time and see what happens. I feel like you would you would end up having to like walk a lot, because it's really easy to flip your car, as it's painfully obvious when you watch people. Like, see the way the car kicks when I turn? It's because the suspension's so soft, it digs in when you make a corner, and then it pops when it hits the ground, and it kind of gets stuck for a second. It's a good, oh geez, here we go. It is really insane how bad these Ladas really are. This one and the station wagon are at bottoming out. Like, it's really, really bad. But they really got some speed to them, so I like that. But the handling on the square-eyed newer lot is great. Wow, for this game. But I'll still argue till I'm blue in the face that the Trabant definitely has the best handling in the game. One, it doesn't get up going fast enough to cause you a problem. And two, it's just short wheelbase and the suspension's super tight, so it just handles all sorts of shit really well. Now, if they would have the ability to put a bigger two-stroke in it that doesn't need cooling, or a radiator, that's the car I'd probably drive. Now, there's a mod for that you can add, so maybe I should add that mod so I can have like a lot of powered Trabant. Because I love the look of that car too. It's just this tiny little piece of shit. Oh God, that was close. Okay. Here we go. Come on, baby. We got this. Look at me go. Holy shit. Oh, we got a tight turn coming up here. Better bleed off some speed. This is where it becomes a problem. Like I said, if you just little taps, you're fine. But when it digs in, so you can see it kicking when it hits, yeah. Be careful of this. I've never driven a car that bottomed out on flat roads. And I've driven some really low to the ground cars. All right, here we go, here we go. I'm not a fan of super ultra low slammed cars because they're just hard to drive. It's like, you know what else is stupid? When they stretch tires on rims, I think that look is dumb. And that really, the Stance Nation guys with their aggressive wheel angle, that's just dangerous and stupid. I don't know why you would do that just for looks. But I've never been into the looks of a car. I'm always more of a performance-oriented guy. The looks are a secondary thing. It's like when I'm buying a car, and obviously I'm going to buy a used car because I'm cheap, but the two things the three things I do not consider is reliability, gas mileage, or color. Those are the things I do not consider. Ever. Because they don't mean anything to me. I've had what they've considered some of the more unreliable cars in the world and never had an issue with them with high miles on them. So, you know, and then I've had cars that are super reliable that are not all that reliable, to be honest. I can't tell you, like I got a lot of people who I know who are Chev guys who go on about the how great Chevs are. And I'll tell you right now, I've heard more horror stories about 350s blowing up and LS1s blowing up with minor or no mods on them whatsoever. I think it's just a matter of some are good, some are bad. And I don't think it's Like sometimes, like, oh, here's a good example. If you own an older, like a Ford Bronco 2 or a Ford Ranger from the 80s, they had a 2.9 liter 6 in them. And those things threw head gaskets like it was going out of style. Now that's a defect in the engine, designed from the factory. And it had to do with the fact that they put aluminum heads on an iron block and the expansion rates were different. But you can solve that problem if it happens with just a really, really, really thick, good head gasket. And then it solves the problem completely and it never happens again. So is it an unreliable engine? I don't know. Not if you can rebuild it. If you know how to rebuild it, that's a crazy reliable engine. Then you hear like stuff like, another good example actually from Ford is people hate the 2.3 liter Ford. Oh, it's gutless, it's gutless. Yeah, well, you know what? That 2.3 liter Ford, that bottom end can handle like 1,000 horsepower, something stupid like that. So the little four-banger will put up with a shit ton of abuse, but it's a tractor motor. So it runs rough and it's awful, but boy, is it reliable as all get out. With very minimal problems. But you just have to not mind a gutless car. So the only thing I've ever known bad about those, the front-wheel drive versions, harmonic balancers. They were an issue on them for a while. But every engine has its problems. You know, 350 Chevs used to eat the drive gears on their distributors before they changed the metal they were made out of. Like, it's just all a thing. There's such thing as a reliable engine. There's good and bad owners. And some engines are super complex, right? So they can go bad sometimes because of all their complexity. But I'll tell you, like modern engines, Christ, people talk about how great these old cars are. Christ, you're rebuilding, you know, old odometers only went to 100,000 miles because engines rarely lasted that long without needing to rebuild. Whereas today, like, Christ, you can pick up like a Toyota or a Chev or even a Dodge or a Ford or anybody. Those engines, if they last less than 200,000 miles, it's kind of nuts. Like, I had an F-150. I had an F-150 that never had an engine problem. And it did throw a spark plug once, which I was fixed with a helicoil, but which was hilarious because it shouldn't have been able to be fixed, and it was. But at that point, it had nearly 400,000 kilometers on it when it threw that thing. And the day I got rid of it, it still ran like a top, and I put more miles on it after that. It ran great, like perfect. It was a great engine. Not the most powerful thing in the world, but man, it was super reliable. But like, yeah, so, but I'll hear the Chev guys go on about how that 4.6 liter is a terrible engine, but it's reliable as nuts. All I'm saying is, I guess the better way to put it is, brand agnosticism is the way to go. They don't care about you, so why do you care about them? When it comes to the big three American stuff, they all have their problems, but you know, it's not like the other ones don't. Like, I've seen Hondas blow up. I knew a guy who had an S2000 back in the day, 17,000 kilometers on it. Engine the cylinder head gave up, one of the springs, and the cylinder head just vomited. And he wasn't even that hard on it. Had an awesome knock to it after a while. But, and then they wouldn't cover it because they said he abused it. And I know the guy, he didn't abuse shit. Okay. So no, we're not going to stop here. We're just about done here. So my point is everything's got its problems. So if you look into the problems, see what causes them and correct that issue. Because a lot of times other people figure this out, whether it's a Toyota or a Ford or a Chev or a Honda or a Mitsubishi. You can look into it and say, oh, well, here's what the issue is. Like the crankshaft isn't strong enough, or they use, you need better pistons. You can solve these problems and get a crazy reliable engine, and not usually for a shit ton of money, if you know how to do the stuff yourself. If you're going to take it and get an engine rebuilt at a shop, yeah, you're going to pay a shit ton of money. Well, grass, if you know how to do it, it doesn't take that long. And it's really actually not that hard. I've said it before. Engines are just big air pumps. That's all they do. They just pump air. They just use explosions to do it. They're not complicated. There's nothing complicated about an engine. Speaking of which, you want to see something awesome? Look up free cam motors. I've been looking these up lately because Koenigsegg uses one. They don't have a camshaft. They use valves on actuators. Boy, is that cool technology. And from what I've been reading about them, is that on average, if you take an engine, make it a free cam engine, so get rid of the camshafts and add these actuator activated valves, you gain about 30% horsepower, you gain about 30% torque, and you gain about 15% gas mileage. Like, how freaking amazing is that? And just by doing that, it's like having the best head swap known to man. And what's awesome about them is they're infinitely tunable. So it's like having you have like VTEC and stuff where you have the adjustable camshafts. So the cam has 2 or more profiles depending on who makes the engine and what it's doing. This gives you infinite ability to adjust your valve duration and lift. So like, it's like having an infinitely dial-inable camshaft. Like, that is nuts. That you could literally run any profile you wanted under any condition, and it would just adjust to it automatically based on throttle input and all that. And actually, that's another thing. On most gasoline engines nowadays, you have like a throttle body. You don't even need one on one of these because the valves can handle it all. They can handle all the intake air and everything. Like, that's ridiculous. Like, that's amazing. Now, you can use a throttle body on it for sure, but you don't need one because you can just have the accelerator pedal work the valves as opposed to needing it. Like, it's pretty insane. I wish it would have came along sooner before the electrification of everything. It would have been nice. But I'm all about new technology, let's get it going. Like, I do have schooling in tech, right? So, tech and sciences, so that's like my jam. So, and I really wish I would have gone into engineering. Like, the whole process of engineering, I just love it. I'm not sure I'm smart enough for engineering. Although I am taking courses at Harvard. So that's kind of cool. For work, mind you. But still, it's kind of cool to be involved in this. I've always been harassing my sister that because I passed the one course, and I want to get a Harvard t-shirt or a sweatshirt just to rub it in her face. I think it's hilarious. It's a good time, though. I like learning things. And that's the key, man. I've learned this a long time ago. The big key to life, if you want to be successful, is never stop learning. When people say they don't read, it hurts my brain. Like, I don't even care if you read, like, comic books. Read something. It's good for the brain. It really is. Now, we got to find a spot to stop here, and I think I see something coming, possibly. I think we're at the end of this. Let's see here. Well, we're definitely over our kilometers by now. Because we have been bombing. Good talk, guys. I got to tell you. I've been considering, because so many people say, oh, yeah, I put on your videos and I just relax to them. Or I go to bed, or I listen to them on my way to work, and I'm thinking, maybe I should just start a podcast. I'm not sure what I would talk about. Oh, here we go. This will work. We'll stop here. All right. Bus stop. Now, normally I would never stop at a bus stop, but let's turn the ignition off. Let's go to sleep here, and I'll see where we are. I didn't check the odometer before I stopped. I think a podcast would be fun, though. Music and movies and video games, car stuff. 213. We did 205. So that's 8 more plus 0.2. So 58.2. All right, excellent. So I'm going to leave this episode here. Sorry it was so fast. I needed to get it done. So thank you so much for watching. If you like this, please leave a comment. Maybe subscribe. Maybe tell your friends to subscribe. Maybe go see that boat. Name the boat. I'm going to call it the Exxon D's Nuts. And if you didn't like this, well, you should probably find yourself a real YouTuber because I am not much of one. Thank you again so much for watching. Love every view I get. SkapeGote. D's Nuts. I'm hilarious in the long drive. Out.